In politics, alliances are not just about who stands together today. They're about who hopes to govern tomorrow. Hello and welcome to Politics Explained. I'm Oluwayemi Adelakun. Oyo State's political landscape is entering a defining moment. A recent development involving the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the Allied People's Movement, APM, have sparked intense debate about party loyalty, political strategy, and the future of governance in the state. While supporters describe the alliance as a strategic realignment ahead of the 2027 elections, critics question its implications for party identity and democratic competition. The development have also intensified conversations about secession, opposition politics, and the battle for Agodi government house. Today, we examine what this political shift means for the PDP, the opposition, and ultimately the people of Oyo State. Our topic is PDP, APM, and the politics of alliances. What the recent development mean for Oyo's governorship race. And joining me is Honorable Michael Ogunshino, Oyo State PDP Publicity Secretary of the governorship marking this block. Welcome this afternoon.
Thank you, Yemadilakun. Thank you for having me. Really, I don't understand what you mean by the PDP of Shema in this block.
Okay, because we have factions in the PDP.
Okay, that's fine. Let's agree
to
that for the purpose of this meeting.
All right, no problem. So let's start a conversation, and then my first question to you is, in Oyo State, do we still have the PDP APM, or is strictly APM now?
Well, so that we don't confuse our voters, currently what's happening in Oyo State is actually the Allied People's Movement. Shema Kinde, the political leader of the state, is now in the APM. All of us who are not yet members of the APM are actually campaigning for the APM in Oyo State. So currently, the PDP has been infused into the APM for the purpose of 2027 elections. So it is insensitive for us to promote the PDP at any level until after 2027 elections. For now, we are holding the APM. We are campaigning for the APM. We're doing everything for the APM in Oyo State. Okay,
so are you saying you're no longer pursuing the case in court?
Of course, we have cases in court that we are very hopeful that even when we win the cases, we will take our mandate and we will start the rebuilding process of the PDP. You see, while the rebuilding process is ongoing, we'll focus on winning elections. We cannot hold people to ransom, right? We cannot hold our candidates to ransom. We cannot hold the states to ransom. There must be politics. There must be elections. We must campaign for the elections, and we must give people a platform to contest elections. We must give our electorates options of what to vote for. And that's why we have actually found a credible platform like the APM, that our people can go there and prosecute the elections. After the elections, then we'll sit down and look at it and say, okay, yeah, are we going back to our PDP or we'll continue with the APM?
Okay, so something happened recently. The Oyo State chapter of the Allied People's Movement dismissed the Reconciliation Committee inaugurated by the APC. And then according to the Publicity Secretary, that's Mr. Amupode Oluwatosin, he said what APC is embarking on is a failed mission. It will not hold anything. It will not count for anything. Do you agree with that? Because I mean,
of course, definitely. Everybody understands that Oyo APC, and I've always said it on this platform. I've said it here not once, not twice, not thrice. Oyo APC has become their crisis is cancer. I know how cancer works. It spreads gradually. It is not the day that you detect cancer that cancer takes your life. It happens gradually. You deteriorate gradually. And that is the point Oyo APC is now. They are the point of gradual deterioration. And the kind of problem they have now, it's unfortunate that even the people that they have asked to come and reconcile the party, they are also very, very aggrieved. You know, and that's the situation that they have.
Like Senator Langley?
Of course, very aggrieved. What has been is role since 2023. He joined their party around 2021, 2022. What has happened? What has he been considered for? You only remember him when it's time for reconciliation. You know, when there's a particular block that has taken, you know, see what I've realized, you hear me? It is unfair. It's unfair. So expect the aggrieved to be humble in defeat. When the winner is not magnanimous in victory. It is very, very unfair. If the winner will be magnanimous in victory, the onus is on the loser to be humble in defeat. Do you understand? So what we have now is a situation, it's a very serious situation. On your APC, everybody is aggrieved. I spoke to you today. They cannot even open their secretariat today. Today is 9th of July, 2026. APC did not open their office today because their party members are protesting. They are protesting. And so if I tell you that the APC is in a place, when I tell you they have cancer, and this cancer started about 2019, and it's, if you look at it, they keep getting worse by the day. I tell you, by the time we have 2027 general elections, after the elections, we will join hands to bury the carcass of the APC on your state. We'll invite you to the ceremony.
When you say everybody is aggrieved, what about the candidate? Is he also aggrieved?
Okay, the candidates in this situation, you have to actually be careful so that you don't commit error of pronunciation. Because when you say candidates, who exactly is the candidates in the APC? There are some people who believe that the candidate is not, and I'm sure I'm talking about Sharafadin Ali. There are some people in the party who believe that Sharafadin Ali is not the candidate. As a matter of fact, some persons believe that Adolabu won the primary. Some people believe it's Akim Agbaje. So when you say who's the candidate, which candidate are you talking about actually?
I mean, according to
today,
the
wait now.
state
Today,
chairman,
wait
okay.
now. Today, I saw pictures from the protest today, and then their party members, they are saying that let us see the result of the primary election. Let us know who actually won the election. You cannot just announce that this is the candidate. There must be a process that leads to the emergence of a candidate, right? So we are saying that, and that's why I'm not here to explain their party. I don't wish them well. That's the truth. I don't wish the APC well in any way. But the truth of the matter is that the points they had now as a political party, is not somewhere that is good for her democracy. What they're trying to do to young persons in their party is to tell them that you can find your way via impunity. Let me explain to you how serious their problem is on your APC. According to INEC, by the end of May, every party must have sorted their primaries, right? Don't forget that we also had our primaries, candidates emerged sometimes in May. And so it's really a good time. We had a consensus arrangements for our presidential candidates, Sheyi Makinde, and then APM's global candidates, Bimba Adekombi, right? Every political party, including the NDC and the ADC, sorted all of their candidatures, right? Now, and then everybody, including Dominion FM in Oyo State, came for the for APM's gubernatorial primary elections, where we affirmed and endorsed the candidature of Bimba Adekombi as our candidate, right? Nobody can tell you today that this is what actually happened with the APC primary election. According to them, they said they did direct primary, right? Please, where did they announce the result of that primary election? This station is a very credible station that knows how to find news. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Where did APC in Oyo State announce the winner of their gubernatorial primary election? So what are you trying to tell people who are following your party? You are trying to tell them that you standing outside in the sun to vote for your choice in primary election is a waste of time. See, if you are in your state and you are in the APC, I'm sorry, you're just wasting your time. Okay, the leaders have shown you that they don't care about you. Your queuing on the day of primary election is useless and it's meaningless to them. And I don't think you should stay in that particular party. That does not mean well for you in any way.
According to I think the APC or your state, they announced that Sharafadin Ali is their candidate. And then if you look at some party members, they've come out, to support him.
I have also Mr. Shadari, the APC PR in your state, a very phenomenal, fine gentleman who is doing a very hard task. And it's difficult to promote the APC at any level. Very, very difficult. It's a very, very difficult task. Till now, he's not been able to announce their global candidate. Till now, 9th of July. Maybe this particular video will get to him, and it will be a spot for him to tomorrow morning go and announce Sharafadin Ali as the global candidate officially. He cannot. To tell you the kind of problem they have in their party, and it's quite very unfortunate that is how that is where politics have gotten into your state. Okay,
but I say 24 hours.
That the people in your state will vote and say this is who we prefer as a candidate. And some persons who don't know the story of Oyo State will sit down in Abuja and determine. I don't talk about APC.
Okay, they say 24 hours is very long in politics. What if APC is able to, placate their aggrieved members, and then they settle and come together?
See, I told you that what is happening to them is cancer. And characteristics of every cancer gene, it will continue to deteriorate. It's never ever come to a point where they'll be better. Don't forget that in 2022, around this time, 2022, they had a similar problem.
What about PDP? PDP also experienced something similar to this.
In 2022?
Not 2022. I mean,
When?
as a political party, internal crisis,
See, let me tell
aggrieved
you.
members.
Wait, let me tell you. Okay, let's look at that. If I like this, your line of thought, and I want to respond to you. Maybe I'll also address some of the issues in our party today, as it concerns the former national secretary of our party, Ambassador Afika Rakwaja, who is allegedly planning to move to the APC.
I was really going to get to that.
So maybe I'll use this privilege to address all of those matters. So let's start from what has happened to the PDP. In our party, in our political setup, Shema Gane's political family, we had quite more than 15 persons showed interest in running for the office of the governorship in Oyo State. And one of them, 3 of them are quite very close to the governor. One of them is one of the most performing aides of the governor. That is the EA on agribusiness, Dr. Debo Akonde. One of them is the head of the legislature in Oyo State, Right Honorable Edward Adebo Ogundoyin, right? Yeah. One of them is the chief of staff to the governor, Honorable Shegun Ogunwi. And I had people like Bimbo Adekombi, a super commissioner, Professor Daud Kenish Ogundoyin. We had a lot of very fine aspirants in our political party, very fine gentlemen who are very qualified. You know, at that particular time, I used to say that the least qualified person in the PDP setup is better than the best person in the APC because of the kind of presence that we projected. After all of the processes, one of the person that he matched, his name is Bimbo Adekombi. And apart from Ambassador Rakwaja, have you had another person come out to complain about the process? Because what we did, what we did was that we ensured there was a proper engagement. We did not impose. Our leaders sat down, looked at the kind of person that are contesting, while they understand that the fact that everybody is qualified, one person has to be chosen. And luckily for Mr. Bimbo Adekombi, he was chosen as a preferred candidate. And this is not to, in any way, to spite the aspiration of the other aspirants. They did very fantastically well. They also called party members. But you see, like a big political family that we are, we've been able to talk to ourselves, bury our hatchets. As I speak to you, we only thank you too. This is not my real voice. So we've been talking to our party members across all your states. We've been trying to sit down. If we have issues, reconcile. And you see, even these particular gubernatorial aspirants, the ones that aspired for governor, they've been coming to us. They've been coming to the thank you to us. They've been sitting down with us. They've been, you know, we just want to move forward, want to win election, right? Unlike the APC, that is an opposition party, and then they have become opposition to themselves.
Are you saying?
Don't forget that in APC, there are a group of aggrieved gubernatorial aspirants.
Okay, so let's assume that no one is angry about the governor's choice for the governorship.
I'm not saying, please don't misquote me. I'm not saying people are not angry. I'm saying that we've been able to manage our aspiration as a political family. We've addressed everybody, and then we're on the same page.
Is that why Taofik Arapada is planning to leave?
No. So the issue of Ambassador Taofik Arapada, well, what is paramount in politics is interest, and then as political scientists or political players will say, we're in a transfer season. For now, it has been official that he has left the PDP or our political family to the APC.
We've seen pictures online, meeting with members of the APC.
Right, picture can mean anything. I learned this job in school and I understand the place of inference. I don't insinuate. Let's wait until it makes official that it's going to the APC. Even though every other thing looks like it's going to the APC, but let's wait for him to at least make official announcement. So let's assume that it's allegedly moving to the APC. It brings to question a lot of things, and that's the question a lot of OYO'S state people have been asking. And sincerely, the day I see him, I want to look at Arakwaja in the face and say, Oga, why?
Okay, speaking on why, I think I read this headline this morning, and then it said that the loyalists of Arapaja are calling the governor a serial betrayer. That most persons that have worked for him tirelessly for him to win elections in 2019 and 2023, he betrayed them all.
Well, that is not true. I'm sitting here before you today as Michael Ogunshino, one of the young persons who sticked out his neck, did everything possible. I was almost beaten to death by APC thugs at Ibadan North during the elections in 2019. I'm not a lot of persons. I can sit here and mention names for you. Very eminent leaders who have actually identified with the governor, and then they still keep identifying with the governor. They understand that the points we have now as a political party is a very delicate point, and the governor has done well for the state, and I mean very well for the state, very well. I think the challenge of state arbitrators, and you need to sit down with the people of Oyo State and genuinely ask them, who are the real betrayers? Everybody who says that Shemagide is the state betrayer, let's look at the antecedents. Let's look at their story, including the former deputy governor.
I can give you all the names. There's
Basa
too. She mentioned to that. She was betrayed.
Who is Basa?
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know Basa. Who is Basa? Who is Basa?
Bola, you know Bolanle Sarami. She also mentioned one time that she was betrayed.
She resigned from the PDP. And I've tried to explain, and she's my person, right? And I'm sure talking about Caroline Bolanle Sarami Aliyu. She said she wanted to, Sheyi Makinde promised automatic tickets for House of Reps by the North, right? And this party is not. It's a big political party. People had interest. They went to primary elections. His senior cousin, his first cousin, Lawrence Arimi, won the primary election. That's the source of agitation. That you went to primary elections and you lost. Should you have given the tickets when you lost the primary elections? You know, if you look at Ambassador Arakpaja, before 2021, Southwest Congress, PDP Southwest Congress, where he emerged as the National Vice Chairman South of the Southwest of the party, of the PDP, there was nobody talking about Arakpaja in Oyo State. He had gone to political oblivion. That is the truth. He had completely forgotten. In fact, the last time anybody said it about Arakpaja was in 2019 when it was whisked to Abuja a few days to Imakide's election. So practically, it wasn't with us when we actually Imakide's first election.
But really. According to the governor, there was a time he said Arakpaja has the capacity and I'm
saying that if you look at it and say, it's been I'm just trying to explain to you that anybody that tells you that Sheyi Makinde is federal betrayal, go and check the antecedents and really check who is the federal betrayer. Please check. If you've had people like Arakpaja say Sheyi Makinde is a federal betrayer. Before 2021, where was Arakpaja? Nobody was talking about him. Sheyi Makinde brought him out, played his role. I was a delegate in that election that made him National Vice Chairman in 2021 at a very big hall in Osogbo. That's where we had the particular congress. You know, that was a congress that actually severed the tie between Governor Sheyi Makinde and former Governor Fayose in Ekiti. So, and then from that particular time, he had not finished his tenure. He had not finished that particular tenure. It was less than 1 year. It was less than 8 months, that particular tenure. Less than 8 months to that tenure. That Governor Sheyi Makinde single-handedly brought the form, with his money, bought the form that made him the DNC South of the PDP. Sheyi Makinde, ask him how much he has taken in the form he filled to become National Vice Chairman Southwest of the PDP. Ask Ambassador Arakpaja how much he bought the form that he filled to become the National Chairman South of the PDP. Ask him. Ask him how much Sheyi Makinde collected from him for him to nominate Honorable Modi Akande, his preferred candidate for Ibadan Southwest Constituency 1.
What about the things he did for the governor?
I'm saying that what would they have done for governor? They defended this Sheyi Makinde's interest at the NWC. Today, what has happened to that particular ESCO? It's in that particular ESCO that has led us into these deep shifts in the party.
What I think his lawyers even mentioned that there was a time his house was raided, someone even died and things like that.
This was before 2019 elections. Okay. All right, before 2019 elections, and it was this same APC. The same APC wants to go to now. They were the same party that somebody died on the election. This same party carried him to DSS of Abuja and locked him up for days. Locked him up in Abuja for days. Including intervention of Governor Sheyi Makinde and some other well-meaning Ibadan sons and daughters to take him out from that particular place in Abuja. The same APC government wants to go and meet now. They were the same one that sent him to where he went to before Sheyi Makinde's election. It's a game of interest, according to you. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying just that sometimes, how can your interest be going back to your slave masters? Well, that's his choice.
Okay, let's talk about something else. I don't know whether you've seen the news. About a few days ago, the NDC presidential candidate, that's Peter Obi, alleged that the president is yet to call Governor Sheyi Makinde on the abduction of the student in Oriri. Can you confirm that?
Well, I've not spoken to the governor about that. Oh. The governor has not told me about that. And I want to believe that Peter Obi is not lying. I don't know about that. I've not spoken to the governor about it. I've not had
you're quite close to
I've not had the reason to ask the governor. That Your Excellency, did the president call you? What is important to us? What is important to the president? What is important to the governor? What is important to the people of Oyo State is that we've been able to secure the release of these abducted people. That's our focus. Every other thing does not matter.
Okay, now let's talk about the presidency. I think Governor Shemakinde, he wants to become president.
You don't think he wants to become president.
Okay, yeah, he has declared his intention.
Yes, and he has the capacity, he has the character, he has the competence, he has the cognitive experience, right? He has the tolerance needed, he has intelligence, he has the brilliance.
What about the experience?
Yes. The only experience Tinubu has that we used to become, that he became president, which is what? They said he was an 8 years governor. He built Lagos. Somebody said something online. They said the man that built Lagos, he reached to build Nigeria town, so much don't finish. He doesn't Nigeria build. Truth of the matter is that let's subject it to deep reasoning and common sense. Tinubu said the reason we should vote for him to become president was because he was 8-year governor of Lagos, right? And while he was in Lagos, he did very well. According to him, he said he laid the foundation for the Lagos we are seeing today. Well, I didn't see the foundation, I didn't see it, but let's agree, let's assume that he actually laid the foundation. Sheyi Makinde did not only lay the foundation. He started building blocks. I can tell you for a fact that Oyo State has passed the lintel level. We are at the level point now. We'll start putting roof on it. That's what the Adecom is coming to do. To put roof. After the parapet, to put roof on the. So you're at the point of parapet. We're not Governor Sheyi Makinde. By the time we are done, Governor Sheyi Makinde will be at the parapet level. Then Governor Adecom will come to roof it. Anyway, let's not get there. Where I'm going to is the fact that if the only qualification Tinubu has for him to say we should vote for him as president, what's the qualification? The only thing he said was that it was his turn. That was the only thing you can remember that he said. Those was I said, why do you want to become president? He said the Milocon. It's the Milocon and economic policy.
He read out quite a number of things he wanted to do.
It's the Milocon in economic policy. All right? What exactly is the economic direction of the Milocon? But that's all right. Nigerians, we entered one chance.
Okay,
that one.
If Tinubu came with a Milocon.
With January 16, 2027, give us another privilege to come out of that particular one chance and vote for a man that will not deceive us with Bala Blue. And a man that actually has a meaningful working template. A man that has tried it with a state as big as Belgium. Let me tell you, this particular state, by population, by land size, by many things, is better or bigger than many European nations. Are you aware? This country, yeah, that's the truth. Oyo State is bigger than many European countries. Many in population, in land size, in geography, or bigger than many European nations, right? And Sheyi Makinde has been able to manage these states with wisdom, with panache, with brilliance, with capacity, and you don't have any major issues in the states for almost 8 years. Tell me who is better suited to become president of Nigeria?
No, you are saying there are no major issues, because I read a report that was published by Punch, and I think the national PRO said, okay, we want to do better in terms of insecurity, the economy, we want to kill the inflation. So what are you coming with? What is the governor coming with? Because, I mean, we've seen what Tinubu can do.
Wait. And what he has done for us is bullshit. And I'm on national television. What he has done for us is unfair. What he has done for us is not good enough. For the nation, under Tinubu, our insecurity has become is in a very bad state. Security situation has become worsened. Economy, inflation, unemployment. As I speak to you, this country has about 33.3% unemployment rate. That's one of the highest in Africa.
Unemployment is also serious in your state as we speak.
Yes,
so what's the government doing about it?
We are part of Nigeria. I can tell you, Sheyi Makinde alone, white collar jobs. He has provided almost 30,000 white-collar jobs.
Through what means? Different
ways. TESCOM, SUBEB, State Civil Service, Ministry of Environment, State Civil Service Employment. So almost 30,000 people have been employed. I'm sure you have friends who are in TESCOM.
No, you tell me. I don't have friends.
You have friends who are in SUBEB?
No,
who actually enjoy it. And that particular appointment into TESCOM was with merit. No, it wasn't. You don't have to know anybody. Just pass the exams, show capacity, brilliant enough to teach, and they will employ you. And so many privileges Sheyi Makinde has employed. Under Governor Sheyi Makinde, as I speak to you, the state government is procuring about 60,000 laptops. 60,000 laptops. A contractor is doing that in conjunction with the Ministry of Education to ensure that we also plan for the future and train our kids for blue-collar opportunities. As I speak to you, Oyo State Agents for Development in 2024 actually organized a blue-collar ICT training for a lot of persons. Don't forget that our state has actually partnered with a lot of youth-based organizations, youth-led ICT companies to come in and train our young persons on how to actually access opportunities outside the white-collar white-collar field. So if we look at what we have done...
Can you prove all of this that you...
Michael, Lushino is the one talking here. What do you mean? I can be telling you date lines. I'll tell you date lines, tell you timelines, tell you everything that's actually happened. I can tell you when we had the first training about October 1 and 2, 2024. That was when they had the first ICT training here in Oyo State. Precision automation. They came from Abuja. It's a tech company. They train our people how to create websites, how to create mobile apps, free of charge. October 2nd and October 3rd. The program was held at ICC, International Conference Center. You've heard about the Ibadan Tech Expo. You've heard about the Ibadan Tech Hub. These are tech computer-related event, ICT events that the state government is partnering with private agency, private sector.
This is at the state level.
I'm saying
you're talking federal.
Yes. No. So, you asked me that unemployment is also ripe in Oyo State. It's high in Oyo State. What we are doing about it? I'm telling you that you are not only sorting it white collarly, you're also looking into other areas that are not white collars, that are not civil service job, career-based job. Also trying to encourage our persons to actually go into other field apart from white collar jobs. Do you get me? And so if you're able to do that in Oyo State, imagine what we can do with better resources. Imagine what you can do with bigger resources. Imagine what we can do with and let me also say this. I think I once told you that this claim for Seyi Makinde's presidency is not really from Seyi Makinde himself. It's actually from Nigerians. Nigerians who are from Imo State. Nigerians who are from Enugu, who are from Nasarawa, who are from Delta, from Rivers, that are saying that if your governor cannot organize a master class for our governor and teach them how to govern, organize a master class for our own governors and teach them really how to govern, I think it's fair for Seyi Makinde to come and become the president of this nation, so that this brilliance which he is using to lead Oyo State can also use it to lead the country and move us forward. That's a clamor for Nigerians. Nigerians are the one actually saying that we want Seyi Makinde. We want him. See, let me tell you, in terms of capacity, let me tell you what Nigerians are calling for Seyi Makinde.
When you say Nigerians, are you saying a fraction?
Not the I mean the entire country.
I don't think that's possible.
Were you there? No, the entire country. I'm telling you the truth. You will see when you start the campaigns. You will see the enthusiasm. You will see the joy. You will see the desire to join the campaigns. You will see it. If you know how many volunteer groups have reached out to say, hey, you want to be part of this. We just want to be part of this. We love what this man is doing. Unlike the current president, Seyi Makinde has classmates. You don't have to be going to Unilag to say, did you actually graduate from here? You would imagine that Random Mokre said he went to Chicago to confirm if Tinubu actually went to Chicago. See, with Seyi Makinde, you don't have to go to Chicago. He went to Unilag. We know his classmates. We know their classmates. Do you understand?
Speaking about the economy, states that are doing well, do you think Oyo State is top 3?
Number 3, according to MBS, National Bureau of Statistics, in terms of contribution to VAT, we are number 3. You know the meaning of that? The meaning of that is the fact that there's been a lot of production and consumption in this particular state. So we are doing very well. According to MBS, Oyo State is the 5th state that encourages of doing business. This of doing business in Nigeria now, our state is number 5. Number 5. In terms of access to almost everything. For example, look at the capital city of Ibadan. It's a nodal area. Ibadan is a nodal city, which means that people are at a pass-through city. You get? If you want to go to the north from anywhere, you pass this place. You want to go to the south, to the east, you just pass all your states. You know the meaning of that. The meaning of that is that we now find a way to harness those modality to our own advantage, and that's the point.
What about insecurity?
So I'm talking about economy. So about economy, I can tell you that we have a clear-cut plan. We've tried it in Oyo State. When we came to governance, Oyo State was making 1.6 billion under Governor Ajimobi and the APC. When we came, just about 3 years, we moved from 1.6 billion to about 5-6 billion. And then the figure keeps increasing month by month.
What about insecurity?
Oh no, Seyi Makinde has a very perfect template. And don't forget that when we came on board, there was something called Amatekun when we came on board. Seyi Makinde in the first 100 days procured and fitted 100 modern...
But he didn't initiate it. I mean... No,
it was a...
the former governor of Ondo State.
No. Akérèdọ́lù did not initiate Amatekun. No, that's not true. Don't commission. There's the agenda, development of Western Nigeria. Amatekun was their brainchild. So what they did, they presented it to the Southwest Governors Forum, and they adopted it. And every state went back to their state assembly to do a bylaw to actually encourage and enforce the creation of Amatekun Security Corps. So let me tell you where we are now. There is no governor in Nigeria today that has invested more in Amotekun Security Corps in the Southwest too, like Governor Shemakinde.
Is Amotekun effective today in your state?
The reason we can be here, you can look at me as beautiful and gorgeous as you look, is because you are certain that you can get home in peace.
Okay.
And that is thanks to big thanks to the work of Amotekun and every other major security agencies. That don't forget that Shemakinde is not only using Amotekun, we're also partnering with the federal police structure, the DSS, the Nigerian Police Force, the State Intelligence Bureau, and every other relevant NSCDC, Nigerian Army, to work together to ensure that we protect these terrorists, this territory against rampaging terrorists.
So this is the concern of some Nigerians. If it's difficult for the governor to get these people out, they've been there for about 55 days now. Why should they trust him with the entire country?
Wow, what a question. That's the question. I think that this particular question will start from Ashwajubola Tinubu, who is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. As I speak to you, just a day before the Oyo incident happened, about 46 persons were kidnapped in Zamfara, about 57 days later. And that particular state has a lot of APC, in fact, the governor is in the APC. Talk about Borno. Borno has that is the state of the current Vice President of Nigeria. Current Vice President Shetima. As a matter of fact, under Shetima as a governor, that was when Boko Haram started. That was when we were hearing bomb almost every other Sunday. We were hearing bomb blast, right? As a matter of fact, Kabiru Shogoto. You remember Kabiru Shogoto? The popular bomb blast was arrested in the house of the Abuja residence of the current Nigerian Vice President.
So you are saying insecurity is everywhere?
No. I'm saying that the people he voted for, what commitment have you to solving our security challenges? But Sheyi Makinde, you've had him. He's not somebody that will run from responsibilities. He's addressed these states many times concerning a particular situation. In fact, let me tell you one. Let's end it here. The last video that we saw from these criminals, the people who are the abductors, they had a video where they put one of the victims on the camera, and then it was saying that the only request of the kidnappers is the fact that some of their persons who have been arrested and they're in detention should be released. I'm sure you saw the video too. You know the meaning of that? It means that if really we get them out within the presidency, because Sheyi Makinde as a governor does not have the power to release those in detention. Only the president and the Attorney General of the Federation has such power.
So how come there's lack of synergy between the governor and the president? I remember...
You should ask the president, not us. You should ask the president.
I mean, but the governor supported the president in 2023 elections. Let me explain. They had a good relationship.
Yeah, of course. And I'm sure they still have.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you watch the media chat that happened last December? I don't think...
After that particular media chat, you've heard it that the president has gone to meet, has invited Governor Sheyi Makinde for a meeting. That's where Sheyi Makinde used to be bipartisan. Remember?
I remember there was a time Governor Sheyi Makinde visited the scene, and then he said he does not have the capacity to do certain things because
that is the plain.
So
that is the plain truth.
And then if there's somebody who can solve the issues, how come there's no relationship? There's no synergy.
How do you think? Because when you say synergy, you must understand that when we say that president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, it means that he controls before any shot is fired in this nation. The president knows about it. As a matter of fact, he appoints the DSS chief, appoints the IGP, appoints chief of army staff, appoints the CDS. Guess what? Even the Minister of Defense is that the pleasure of the president. Do you get it? So which means that, and all of the federal security architecture, right, from the DSF to the Nigerian Army to the Nigerian Police Force, all of the particular structure, they are currently under the president. No, the smallest rank in Nigerian police as of today has his loyalty fully to the IGP before any other person, and that's why we are the front advocating for the state police architecture. That is where we need now. It is wrong to call governor chief security officer of their state. They are actually not. In real practical sense, they are not.
Okay, we need to go now. Is PDP dead in Oyo State?
PDP in Oyo State is in coma. And is in coma, not dead yet. We are currently in court. If we are able to win in court, if the court...
Wike just said, I think I read the headline today, he said he has the access code already to upload the candidate in his own faction. So what happens to the other faction?
That is a part of the problem. How can one individual say that he has access code to INEC? I think INEC is being too partial. I think INEC is biased. I think INEC is not fair. I also think that INEC needs to do better and prove to Nigeria. You see, justice must not only be done. You hear me? Justice must also seem to be done. Do you get it? So I think that INEC will do well for them to be fair to the parties involved in this case. For us, our focus now is the APM. Our focus now is to ensure that all of our candidates running on the platform of the APM win all the elections in the United States. And
all the elections. You sound very
from presidential to senatorial to House of Reps to gubernatorial and then the state assemblies. We've done it before and we can do it again.
Okay, we need to go this evening. A big thanks to you, Honorable Michael Kushina, for being a part of this discussion.
Thank you, Yemi.
And of course, it's time to say I'll be on the show. Thank you for being a part of this discussion. My name is Oluwayemi Adelako. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.